What do you want from me?
Let's talk about that's crazy.
You want me to be happy.
Should we
you
stop
want me to
saying it?
smile more. You want me to...
Cause I'm too messy.
And then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job, and then you asked me where I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? It's a bit niche. We've been seeing each other a lot lately.
We saw each other like
weekend.
once.
What are you talking about? We spent the weekend together, the night.
We spent one. Okay, yes, you're right.
We spent the night together.
We spent the weekend together. That was one wild and crazy night.
Yes, it was. St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day was yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, but St. Patty's weekend was this weekend.
Right. Because that's a thing. That's definitely what the holiday is about.
Yes, so that's when we drank our fill.
Yes.
And, oh, shit. Oh, shoot. Should I tell them about our Uber driver?
You absolutely should. Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Because I need to hear it in person. You voice memoed us. We cried laughing. I need to hear it again.
Honestly, I had to, like, listen back. Because, you know, I save every voice memo I've ever sent and every voice memo I've ever received.
Right.
Because,
And then you complain that you have no storage.
Well,
but continue on.
Those are memories, so.
Yeah.
Priceless. Take up no space in my mind. So I had to listen back to them because I wasn't even like that, you know, inebriated.
Right.
Or maybe it just all hit me at that point. And the combination with how crazy our driver was, I like blacked all of it out. So Max and I get into this Uber and it starts with she's playing Ennio. So, you know, who can say where the rose goes, where the day goes? And we're like, okay, no, this will be great. Like,
Yeah.
The vibes
This
here, I
lady's
think they're
awesome.
okay. But then immediately once we shut the doors and she locks the doors, she goes, hey, do you guys mind if we stop at a gas station? I really gotta piss. And what are we gonna say? No? So we're like, oh, yeah, no, that's fine. There's one just around the corner. So she gets out, leaves the car running. Ennio's still playing. And we're like, okay, like, this is fine, right? Like, it's not that weird.
Like, she had to pee.
Right. I mean, like, you probably should pee before you pick up your
Correct.
passengers,
I'd say
but-
that's probably best practice, yeah.
But look, like, I get it. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
She was in there for, I shit you not, 10 seconds. There is no way that she peed. So, you know, we're, like, looking at each other, just trying not to laugh anyways, because we're like, there's no way, right?
Yeah.
There's no way. So then we're like, okay, it'll be fine. So we get back in, but she starts running the car again, and then turns off the music for the rest of the ride. So I guess that was just to, like, warm us up.
Right, she had some things to say. She had to have her time.
Did she
and
ever?
silence.
Did she ever? No, so then we go towards the highway, and Milwaukee has really weird roads where, like, if you don't know,
on-ramps,
it's
yeah.
easy to kind of go the wrong way. But, so she missed the on-ramp and started going on the street, which, like, it's okay.
Right,
There's
it
another
happens.
entrance or, you know, to
A
the highway,
block up.
literally a block away. So instead of that, she goes, uh-oh. She turns around on the one-way, and she starts going back to then turn back onto the highway. But there's a car coming straight at us. We're going into oncoming traffic, and it's honking at us, and she's like, chill out. And then she, like, swerves out of the way. She goes, and I'm not even high. At this point, she's getting on the highway. There's no way out.
No.
We're in for this ride. And what are we going to do? So we were like, it's fine.
Just please, for the love of God, get us home safe.
We were like, oh no, like, it happens to the best of us.
Me. It happens to me.
Yeah, you've probably put me in that situation, 3 times.
Yeah, at
But
least.
it's different, I think.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know
don't need to
I'm
do that
a
with
bad
people that
driver.
you, like, know.
Right.
You're not an Uber driver.
You're not an Uber driver.
So, yeah, we get on into the highway. Where does she start with, man? Oh, yeah, then she goes, wow, there's so many bad drivers here.
Read the room. Yeah. Read the car.
And we're like, yeah, it's crazy here, right? Like, everyone's horrible. She goes, you know what would be really cool? I know this could never happen in real life because, like, laws. And we're like, uh-oh. She goes, what if, like, everyone who drove a car, they also get a paintball gun, right? And we're like, uh-oh. And if someone's being a bad driver, you get to just unload on their car. So then they have a bunch of paint on their car, so everybody knows that they're a bad driver. We're like, oh, yeah, no, that would get them. She's like, yeah, and then they would have to go to a special car wash that we would tax the hell out of to incentivize people to be good drivers. And they could, like, you know, pay to get it taken off, but it would be a lot of money. And we're like, oh, yeah, I think that would be really, really cool, actually. The only problem is, like, then you've got people shooting each other, like, all the time.
Paintball guns.
She's like, oh, yeah. So, actually, that's the first chapter of my novel. I was like,
they always have a novel.
They are always writing. And I was like, oh, cool. Max is checked out, right? He can tell that this woman is heavily lesbian. Yeah. And he says, I don't know how to connect. I step in. So I'm like, no way, you write? Tell me about your novel. She's like, okay, so the 2 leads here, they're co-leads.
Okay.
And the first chapter is they're sitting on top of a sign, like on a highway, right? And they've got paintball guns.
Of course they do.
And they're shooting cars left and right.
Naturally.
And it's actually going to be a social commentary on interracial relationships. We've got one that's mixed race and one that's white. So I really wanted to make a social commentary on, like, interracial relationships in America. But it's also set, like, 3,000 years into the future. I forgot to tell you guys this part.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's like, but it's also, like, as if that civilization 3,000 years later was as advanced as we are today in 2025. Also, they both only speak German. And our minds are blown. And we're, oh, okay, do you speak German? She's like, well, yeah, and what else am I going to use it for? I guess I'll just write a book. We're like, okay. So how long have you been writing your novel? A month. It's like, whoa. Oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, no, very, very early stages. And yeah, she starts going off on tonight. We're the last shift of her night, so we're getting all the crazy stuff. And we were like, oh! She was like, yeah, my Uber's really just like a cab confessional. People tell me everything. I picked up a guy from prison once, and I asked what he was in for, and he said killing his Uber driver. And we were like, oh, no!
Jesus fuck.
She was like, yeah, no, it's okay, though. I told him I could just kill myself and make it easier. And we were like, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, then he knew I was chill, so then we had a great drive. And we were like, no, yeah, that checks out, I think. And she was like, she was like, are you guys cool, or are you, like, totally freaked out right now?
Like,
keep in mind, this is a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
It is not far. We've run through a lot of topics. Max is catatonic next to me. I'm trying to ham it up, but this is getting a little crazy. And we're like, oh, no, we're cool. We're loving this.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's great, actually, because I also do stand-up comedy.
And that's another thing. They always do stand-up.
And we were like, no way!
This is crazy.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, no, you gotta check it out. It's at some club. I forget the name. She remembered the name, but I forgot it because there's no way in hell. And then we were like, oh, cool. I go, how long have you been doing stand-up? 1 month.
Listen, I'll give her credit. This woman completely changed her life in the last month. She is a writer. She is a stand-up comedian, and she is her own boss.
Look, either she's doing so much or she's a killer stand-up comedian, because this routine was crazy.
Oh, yeah. I was going to call her a pathological liar, but
No.
either way. Same
way,
thing.
had a great time. And, you know, the best part is she dropped us off at the wrong house and goes, we made it. So it was great. And that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. It was a good way for you to end the weekend.
It was a lot. And we had to come in and, like, usually we go to bed really early, and this was late night for us. It was like 11.
Yeah.
And I would usually be straight to bed, but that really rocked us. So we had to stay up for like 2 more hours and decompress. Yeah, we had to watch Wife Swap to get our mind off of it. So if that tells you where our minds were at, that was crazy.
Lord.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. We've been saying that so much.
We're so Gen Z.
But that truly is crazy.
It was a lot, yeah. I wish I hadn't had anything to drink so I could really just experience that raw.
Yeah, Austin and I I'm pretty sure we had a drunk Uber driver, so I think that was the reason why they were a little crazy. I have the recording. Remember, she was just like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and
Austin, speaking to the mic if you're going to speak, by the way.
I recorded the whole thing because I had to be able to remember it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think you might have shown me that.
I probably did. Yeah. But yeah.
That's scary.
I'm always trying to record an Uber.
Did you report them?
No.
Why?
Well, because we didn't actually know if she was drunk or just, like, literally insane.
Was she driving bad?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
It was a while ago. I'll pull up the video.
Are you sure he was there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll discuss later, and I'll show you the video.
Yeah. Send in your crazy Uber ride stories.
Yeah, please do.
Now that I think about it, there's some more. Maybe we should make a whole...
Oh, I have a lot of crazy Uber.
Yeah.
I like 2 or 3, not a lot.
I have had a time and a half in an Uber, if I tell you. Okay, so stay tuned. We'll do an Uber ride mini-sode coming up soon.
We've got a lot of those planned.
We
but
do.
I guess we could get to the actual
episode
so the episode
at hand. Oh, and I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby.
And this is
A Bit Niche.
Yeah, we always do that. We always get going and forget to introduce ourselves.
Right.
Do we have any housekeeping items?
You say that, and I actually am really unsure of
This has never happened
what
before.
you
What are you
mean.
doing?
No, because, listen, we have it, but, like, what are our housekeeping items?
I put it in the outline because that's what, like, more established. They're like, oh, and some housekeeping to start us off. But, like...
Like, did you want to do the shout-outs?
I'll never
Up front?
say housekeeping.
No.
Because that reminds me of corporate America.
Oh...
Like, just some housekeeping items to start the meeting off. Okay, that could have been an email. I'll give you your afternoon back. I'm sick of it. So, do we actually have any?
No.
I don't. Just keep listening.
Yeah, we don't, actually. I was just
And maybe
hoping.
we'll tell you about the movie.
Okay. Sorry about that. That's my bad, I thought.
What movie are we doing?
Just reeling back.
So, our movie this week is Ever
After.
which was actually a listener pick.
Yes, I guess this could be counting as our housekeeping items.
Yes.
Is letting them know that it was a listener pick.
From our listener who was also our
Shout out
last week. Wow, Monica's getting a lot of airtime.
Well, exactly. If you support us like she does,
Yeah, she
you
deserves
will get
it.
the
She
same.
deserves it. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes, this is for you, Monica, because you listen to us,
Yes.
as many of you do. She picked this movie. And I'm so glad she did because it was actually on our
Yes.
list before. One that I picked, surprise, surprise, that Abby had never seen.
Yeah, no, I hadn't.
But why don't we go ahead and listen to why Monica chose this one for us.
It's a listener's choice.
Listener's choice.
You'll never, never, ever guess. It's a listener's choice.
What did they choose? Will it be good? Will it
Probably
be bad? Uh-oh, what will we do to them if it's bad?
Kill 'em!
So we're workshopping jingles. This is a new segment.
It's
So listener's choice. Oh, what will we do to them if it's bad? Kill 'em!
Hello, a bit niche. This is Monica R. Ever After is a film that was on a lot when I was growing up. I remember it was always on Sunday afternoons. We owned it on DVD. And it was usually on in the background while my mother would be grading. And I don't remember having a very strong feeling about the movie. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I do remember thinking, though, the end credit song was a banger. But I did grow up watching this movie a lot. I might have actually seen this when it was in theaters. But then as an adult, I've really kind of come back to the film. Starting in 2017, I ended up revisiting it and going, oh, this actually holds up. And it's just become a comfort food movie for me. I think there's a lot of it that is very strong, maybe even a little bit ahead of its time. We pretty much have the female protagonist telling the prince to check his privilege. I think both the woman and the man get full character arcs. And that's something I love. I absolutely adore Angelica Houston in this film. I think my last Letterboxd review of this is just that her eyebrows should have gotten an honorary Oscar. It's just so lovely and so comforting. And at that same time, as I've gotten older, as I've lived more, there are certain points, like when Leonardo DaVinci is confronting the prince and he says, she loved you and you fed her to the wolves. It just, it gets to my heart. And at that same time, it's not a perfect movie. This is a movie where we have a bunch of people who are in France and are speaking with British accents, except for, I believe, Jenny Moreau in the prologue, who says exquisitely, Daniel de Barbarac. If you look at the timeline of when everything would have happened in the movie, none of it really lines up with the publication of Utopia, the lifetime of Leonardo da Vinci, when the movie allegedly takes place. None of that really works. And however you feel about Leonardo da Vinci being the fairy godmother, that's up to you. And Richard O'Brien in this movie is the creepiest of creeps, but it also gives it some stakes. I'm also not thrilled about so many fat jokes at the expense of Jacqueline. But on the other hand, that character, played by the fabulous Melanie Lynskey, does get a little bit of a romance, and it is not something that gets the most screen time, but it is so lovely at the end of the movie when we see her with her love interest. And it's just very wonderful to see that they do allow a character who is made fun of for her appearance to be someone that a character sees as genuinely attractive. And that still feels a little progressive even today.
Thank you again, Monica. We're so excited to have our first listener chosen movie.
Yeah. Yeah, our first one, 11 episodes in.
Yes.
So this is something we'll be introducing every once in a while.
Yeah. For our most favoritist, activistist listeners.
Yes. So make sure you're following us on all the socials because we're going to, enter giveaways, contests.
Of course. There's
giveaways meaning
TVs, cars.
No.
Vacations. Yeah. What else?
Legally, we can't say that.
Stickers.
Don't think.
We're going to get you
Stickers.
probably
So
stickers.
we have a variety of stickers, and you may win a chance to choose a
Yes.
film that we do. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, thank you, Monica, for being our first pick. And Abby
Surprise, surprise. Hasn't seen it.
hadn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At
Hadn't.
this point,
I've seen it now. I watched it. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a lot on it.
Yeah.
I guess we should just jump right into my predictions, right?
Yeah, let's hear what you thought.
Girls, gays, everything in between and outside. Folks, we've got some predictions.
Hello, I'm back. It's me. Shocker. Couldn't stay away from my predictions for too long. I'll try not to say, of course I don't know what's gonna happen, and actually come up with something now. So what do I think's gonna happen? I think it's a classic tale as old as time, really. Happily ever after. Duh. If I'm trying to think of specifics, I don't really know anything else besides that Drew Barrymore is in it. She's a princess? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like her and the love interest, because obviously she's going to fall in love. Maybe he's like a prince or something. Is she a princess? I'm questioning that now. But maybe she's like poor or she has some hardship. Drew has a hardship. I know she does. His dad, the prince or whoever he is, he's an ass. Maybe his mom's dead or something. I feel like is probably a part of the storyline. I don't know why. Anyways, that's just a classic prince kingdom thing. But also, after looking at pictures of it, it kind of gives like a Renaissance-y vibe. So maybe they're just like from way back when. And none of them are, like nobility or anything. I don't know. We'll have to see. And I think I'm really going to like it. It has really good ratings. It was, I'm sure we've said a million times, but it was recommended to us by our most favorite viewer, listener, whatever you call it. And yeah, I just don't like wasting my time on bad movies or movies in general. Is that too harsh? So yeah, I really hope I like it. Okay, that's all.
And now, back to the show.
All right, so I tried to say a little bit more this time instead of just I don't know because I haven't seen the movie, so obviously I don't know. But I think I was pretty spot on with my predictions here. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I would like to say is that right away in the beginning of the movie, I guess I didn't realize that legit it's just Cinderella. With some twists, with some
It's so much more than that.
Oh, sorry. But I just didn't know that was... I knew it was, a little happily ever after thing. But I didn't know it was, like...
Based on Cinderella.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry about that interruption. We almost had our first wardrobe malfunction.
I don't think it would be our first.
No, probably not. Our first showing nude. Going nude.
Showing
nude. What do they say in the industry?
You're asking me? In the porn industry?
No, I meant the film industry.
Adult film.
No,
Yeah.
like just the regular one where you had to, I was asked to go topless. I was asked to go nude. I don't do nude. Something Leah Michelle would say, I feel like.
Hanging dong or...
What?
No. Intimacy coordinators or...
That's one of the things. Just
being...
some actresses, I refuse to go topless. I refuse to go in the nude. Is my duck sticking out? Again, this was our fix to our wardrobe malfunction.
No, I think you're fine.
Anyways, it's going to be on my fucking neck.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll just sit up straight and we won't slip a nip.
Yeah.
I think we should just get into the plot because otherwise we could be here all day.
Yeah, let's get into the story.
Wait, sorry. One more thing. Because you guys know I'm not a plot gal. I wrote down during this film a lot of quotes. So while Laurel will heavily be discussing the plot of the movie, I will be throwing in some random quotes that I liked or did not like. So we're bringing back Notables and Quotables.
Notables and quotables, scooty lip pow.
So, as Abby said, Ever After is based on the classic story of Cinderella.
Ella, Ella, Ella,
Moving on.
Okay, sorry. So the film opens on two men, the brothers Grimm.
Ah, shocker. 2 men.
Okay, so this old lady who's really rich, she invites the brothers Grimm of Grimm's Fairy Tales to her estate.
This is already going right over my head.
You know fairy tales?
You know fairy tales? You know my fairy tales?
You don't know those guys?
No, I
right.
don't know what that is.
Well, okay, the brothers Grimm, they wrote like all of the, not all, but most of like the really famous classic fairy tales.
Oh,
like
cool.
Cinderella, like I want to say Snow White, like Rapunzel.
Nice.
There's some other stuff in here. Frog Prince. Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
I know that.
So she invites them over and she says, I have to tell you guys, I really love your stories, but you're full of shit when it comes to Cinderella. And they say, oh, well, you know, I know the story's kind of old and there are different iterations at this point. But, you know, how can we really know for sure? Especially, like, people thought maybe her slipper was made of fur, maybe glass, maybe diamonds. And old lady goes, I can tell you what it was made of. And then she summons her butlers to come over, and they take out the shoe. It's a glass slipper. And she says, now let me set the story straight. I don't know why I did
And
like
we love a movie that starts with the present going back into retelling of the story. We've been doing a lot of those. Wicked. Like, okay.
Like a flashback? Or?
Yeah, but like the whole movie is a flashback, you know? Like in
Right.
this one, she's saying like, I'm going to tell you the story. Movie is the story. In Wicked, Glinda is saying like, oh, I did know her.
And then it's a flash. The whole movie's a flash.
Movie's flashback. And then in Moulin Rouge, the guy's writing the story and the whole movie is a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. 3 times in a row.
Okay. All right. So after that,
We've got visual aids
we have some
for those
visual
who can't
aids
see.
this time. So I think it's really going to help us out.
For those that can't see, whether you're just listening or if you're blind. Sorry, I said it for those who can't see, and I looked at Austin, and we just started laughing. I did originally mean for those who are only listening to the podcast, but it does include, we will try to describe in
Abby will be
detail.
our ASL.
Yes.
Oh,
But not ASL. Oh my God.
The visual aids aren't for the people who are listening, just listening, because they can't see anything.
Well,
Abby
right, right,
will
and they're
describe
also
them in
not for
detail.
those who cannot see, generally speaking.
my
But we're going to
Arts,
describe.
we're never using visual
We're
aids.
gonna, yeah, I know, but we're going to describe them in detail to be accessible to all types of listeners.
Got it.
Can
got
you just maybe start this over?
We have visual aids.
Amazing.
Okay. Yep, we have visual aids this time. So we open up on before any of this. We meet a young Danielle. She's a little girl. So imagine that, but like 10 years earlier.
And it's just a crinkling paper.
This is great audio.
And it's a story about a little girl who loves her dad.
Aw.
That's nice.
yeah.
And her mom's dead. Okay, so her father's been out traveling. He's a merchant of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And Danielle, hears that he's coming home, not alone, but with a wife and 2 stepdaughters. So Danielle is absolutely psyched. She cannot wait. Mm-hmm. She's a really cute little girl. She's a tomboy, as they used to say in those days.
Yes.
She likes to jump in the mud and beat up her friend Gustav.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a little dirty.
She's a little dirty little girl.
Honestly, okay, just a little pause right here. It's a notable for me. When I was watching it this time, which is the first time I've watched it in like probably 10 years, the little girl reminded me so much of Abby, and I started crying immediately.
She reminded me of me too.
Yeah, I was like, of course this little girl's gonna go beat up a dude and then get muddy, and then So then I was like, pull it together. We're 5 minutes in, and you've already seen this 20 times, Laurel.
Yeah.
So, dad, stepmom, and stepsisters arrive. They suck. They're still like, they're not super mean yet, but they're just very cold. Dad gives her a book. It's his tradition that wherever he goes, he always brings back a book for his daughter. Mm-hmm. This one is Utopia. They read it together. Very cute.
I'll always be a father first.
That's right.
I'm a father first and forever. That's exactly what he says.
It's really sweet.
It is sweet.
I'm gonna need your help here with the visuals.
Yep.
So we still haven't made it to the board. A couple weeks later, Daddy's gotta go. He says, I'll be gone for 2 weeks, then I'll be back. We'll all be a big happy family. She's like, wait, we have to go watch him as he leaves out the gate. He always stops at the gate and he waves. And she waits to go see him, and instead of waving, he has a heart attack and dies. And he falls off the horse, and she watches him die. Really traumatic.
Yeah. That was the first time I cried.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think it, one, was going to happen that soon or needed to happen that soon. I was devastated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And stepmom runs up to him as he's dying, too. And as he's dying, instead of looking at her, he looks at Danielle and says that he loves her. Mm-hmm. Thus starts stepmom's hatred of Danielle for the rest of her life. Fast forward 10 years. Here we are.
What'd you look at here?
Here's sweet Danielle. She's 18, and she has been turned into the servant of her estate by her evil stepmother and stepsisters. So she basically works with all the staff, even though it's her home pretty much.
Yeah.
So you see them mistreating her a lot, whatever. Then we meet the prince, Prince Henry.
Prince Henry.
His parents are trying to set him up in an arranged marriage with the Princess of Spain. Because it's a treaty.
Right.
Sold off his son for Spain. Something like that.
Yeah, this one might be a great time to mention that this is in France.
Oh.
Correct?
Yes.
This is in France. They are speaking English, though, and they do have English accents.
Yes, so it's one of those. Where it's just
So
generally
that
foreign.
was interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's also funny since most of the actors are American.
Yeah, and their accents weren't fantastic.
Yeah, it's like...
in my opinion, coming from someone who can't do an accent.
Yeah.
Didn't love it.
Mm-hmm. It's like 3 levels of removed from whatever the true...
Yeah, we looked it up that this guy is Scottish. The prince is
you're right.
Scottish.
Yes.
Because Austin kept pointing out when his Scottish accent came through. That was good.
Oh, I didn't
Scottish.
notice. I'll have to watch it again.
I won't.
So, because he doesn't want to be whisked away into this arranged marriage, he runs away a lot.
Yeah.
And this one time, he ran away, and he stole Danielle's father's horse from the estate. Danielle's out picking apples, and she sees this hooded figure riding away on her father's horse. And she says, "Oh, no, you don't." And then she takes her apples, she chucks it at him, hits him in the head, and he goes flying off the horse.
Yeah.
Which, in real life, he'd be probably really hurt.
Right.
But he just gets up, and she's like, "You can't take my father's horse. F you, you thief." And then he takes his hood off, and then she's like, "Oh my God, I did not know you were the prince, but I understand that now I have to die."
Yeah, and she drops immediately on her knees.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
This is also a children's movie, which I wasn't really fully grasping, to be
Yeah,
honest.
very much so, yeah. So he basically dismisses her, and he's like, you're fine, here's 20 gold francs, I'm taking the horse. After that, hilarity ensues. Danielle makes this habit of dressing up as a noblewoman so that she can go to court. Going to court is kind of like presenting yourself before the like noble people, the monarchy, and just going where all the fancy people are. I totally made that up, but I think it's true.
It sounds right. I
Right?
would know I'm one of the fancy people.
Yes. And now that she has this money, she wants to go to court so that she can buy back one of the servants who evil stepmother sold away, so that they could buy more fancy stuff. So she goes and she basically kind of buys him back.
Yep.
While she's doing that, she catches the prince's eye, and he tells the gross guy who's taking all the slaves to give them away, or give them to Danielle. And he's enthralled by her and how smart she is and how she talks back to him.
Yep.
Yada, yada, yada. They become closer through a few chance encounters. Stepmom and stepsister Marguerite, especially. There's Marguerite and Jacqueline. Marguerite sucks.
Cunt.
Oh, yep, for sure. Jacqueline is passive, complacent, but she
And a whore.
she has empathy. So she's trying her best from her station in life. So stepmom and Marguerite, they are conspiring and doing everything that they can to get Prince to not even fall in love, just marry Marguerite so they can be rich and they can be in power. He doesn't give a shit about that.
Nope.
So once they figure out that he's got a thing going on with Danielle, they freak out. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And this entire time, she's not just pretending to be a noblewoman. She gives the prince a fake name. Not even a fake name. Her dead mother's name.
Yeah.
Nicole...
Something or other.
Nicole Delecray. Something like that.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So he thinks he's falling in love with a noblewoman.
Yes.
What else we got here? That's about it for that page, right?
Yep.
Put that thing down. Yep. Are we already on to the second one?
Yeah. Second visual aid coming up. For
those who can't see, there's another visual aid up here. Oh, along the way, Leonardo da Vinci's also there.
Literally, that's the most insane thing.
He's like carrying around paintings and like
He's carrying around the Mona Lisa.
and he
Pulls like the prince has to go get him back the Mona Lisa. Like, are you kidding me?
yeah, and he befriends the prince. He befriends Danielle, Gustav. He's in with all the homies, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a G. Like, he's so sweet.
yeah, he's really nice.
Yeah.
Which, to be determined if he was in real life.
Right.
Throughout this whole thing too, there's this really creepy guy.
Ugh.
His name is like Le Pew or something.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. That's what we're gonna call him. So, and he's really creepy, and he's definitely like molested a bunch of people. I bet.
I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah, and he's got really gross teeth. But more than that, his actual plot point.
And his mustache is weird too.
Yeah, he's like,
And he's bald.
yeah, he's like a loan shark type guy. Like the
What does that mean?
like he's taking collateral from the stepmother's house. Like she keeps kind of selling him stuff.
Yeah, she sells him Danielle's father's stuff.
Yeah, so she's selling that to him, and then
I see
he's
it.
giving her loans.
I see.
And
I see
then
what
you
you're
know,
saying. Yeah.
at least I think that's what's going on. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So, but this entire time, he's kind of like got his hands in everybody's pocket, kind of pulling the strings. He only shows up like a couple times,
Right.
which is interesting now that I think about it. But he's really creepy towards Danielle
Yeah.
as well. Keep in mind, she's just ripely 18. So,
He is well over.
Yeah. And he says at one point, like, oh, you just keep getting more beautiful every time I see you.
Nasty. He's nasty.
Yeah, he's disgusting. At one point, Danielle feels really guilty about lying to the prince, so she tries to tell him the truth, and he just talks over her, which is, like, pretty annoying, but she's kind of into it, so she kisses him. What's her face? Stepmom. Stepmom finds out that they're messing around, so they lock her away.
Yep.
And it's important that they lock her away on this specific night because the king promises to Prince Henry that if he presents the woman that he truly loves by the night of this ball, then he will not force him to marry the queen, princess of Spain. So within these 5 days, he has
Only 5.
he has fallen in love with Danielle, who he thinks is Nicole, and she now cannot show up at this ball because she's locked away in the basement.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Who does Gustav go get?
Leonardo DaVinci.
Leonardo.
Who can unlock any lock, apparently, or just take the hinges off a door.
Yep. That was pretty great.
So when he was running Gustav, who I love, that little gay boy, he was running to go get Leonardo da Vinci. I thought he was just gonna get the prince, but then we wouldn't have had this iconic moment. So
Yeah.
she makes her way out.
Oh, you mean this iconic moment? Yes. So Leonardo frees her, and then she puts on her mother's beautiful gown and giant fairy wings that Leonardo da Vinci made her in like 5 minutes, apparently, because then she makes it to the ball. And the prince is so excited to see her. She arrives determined to tell him the truth. That's really what her goal is. But, of course, she shows up and she's ethereal and beautiful and the most beautiful person that anyone's ever seen.
I was stunned by the look.
Oh, incredible.
So good.
Iconic. One of my favorites of all time. And, of course, everyone turns heads towards her.
You'll never guess where they turn their heads.
And, of course,
Towards her.
she turns heads. She turns all the heads. What am I saying?
No, that's right.
Is it right? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, stepmom, the stupid bitch, man, she was like, no, we're not going to let this happen, actually. Grabs her and rips her fairy wings.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. And Henry goes, what do you think you're doing, lady? Do you even know this is the La Comtesse de l'Ancre? And stepmom goes, no, it's freaking not. She's a servant, and her name is Danielle, and she's disgusting, and she's been lying to you. Prince is like, tell them this is wrong. She's like, no, it's true, and I've been trying to tell you. And he immediately rejects her. She runs away, crying, leaving behind one of her shoes.
Naturally.
Fast forward to the wedding between Prince Henry and the Princess of Spain. I love this scene.
It's so funny.
It's so good. It's so good. So she's walking up the aisle to meet him at the altar. Obviously, he's not happy, but she is wailing. And she is obviously so distraught, and everyone's like, oh my God.
She is not okay.
And they get up there and they kneel, because this is Catholic Mass, and Henry starts laughing. And he makes her look at him. And she's, pleading with him in Spanish because she can't speak English, French.
Yeah,
You
French,
get it.
English,
They don't speak the same
Don't
language.
think too hard.
You can obviously see that she's pointing to a man in the crowd, and he's crying, and he's like, I completely understand.
I did think that man was her father. He was looking a little old, but obviously I figured out context clues that it was her lover.
Yeah. I love it because she's like super beautiful, like really young, and he's just like kind of a goofy looking guy.
Yeah,
and they
I
love
thought
each other.
He was her father, old enough to be her father.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been old. It was the French Renaissance, so who knows? Simultaneously, while this is happening, or a little bit before, timeline of events gets a little blurry here. Back at the house, the
Estate.
estate, stepmom goes up to Danielle and she's basically talking shit. And Danielle's like, I don't care about you anymore. Do whatever you want. Go be queen or whatever. Just let me live here in my father's house. Let me do the chores and take care of the house and the people here. And she was like, oh, well, actually you can't because I just sold you to Pepe Le Pew.
Bring him out! Bring him out!
Gross.
Guy.
Gross.
Pew, pew, pew. Are we done with this now?
Yeah. So that sucks. And
It sucks when you get sold. Like, you know, like, there's just nothing worse. Like, you finally are going to move on with your life, and then you get sold.
it's like, are you kidding me?
Fuck.
God, just can't catch a break, man.
Cannot catch a break.
So then she's at his gross castle. And she's doing chores for him. He has her literally shackled by the ankles so she can't run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, you're just like my best horses. You just need to be broken. And I like them real feisty. But she says, absolutely not. And she grabs his dagger, slices him on the face, and she says, yeah, no, actually, this isn't how this is gonna go.
Nope.
Go ahead and give me a key. I'm gonna get out of here. And if you don't, I have all the swords over here.
And my father taught me how to
He was a master
fight.
swordsman.
Yeah, like, where did that factoid come out of? But whatever.
Yeah, we didn't know that about Dad.
No. No,
Apparently,
we didn't.
he has a rich story there. And
Yeah.
we didn't learn any of it.
Also, a really gross part during that was she, like, cuts him and then, like,
Oh, he licks her face.
Yeah, like, he comes in tongue first.
Yeah.
Tongue first.
It's like, in what world, though?
Yeah. Even if, like, she was into it, she
Yeah.
wouldn't be now.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, he's just so
And that's when she cuts him on the face.
Yeah.
She says, if you don't do that, I'm just going to kill you right now anyway. So you might as well give it to me and I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
So he does. And then you see her walking out of the castle and she's like putting a fist up in the sky.
Yeah,
she's like, I
she's
did
like
that.
brushing her hair.
Yeah, she's feeling like fucking hot shit. Who meets her there? Outside the castle? But a young Prince Henry. He says...
He kind of looks old.
He does,
forgot to say
actually.
that.
Well,
But continue.
yeah, we'll talk about that in behind the scenes. But yeah, he's like, oh, I came here to rescue you and to tell you I love you, and I'm so sorry for everything. And
I'm so sorry for my actually crazy reaction.
Yeah. And she's like, but I'm not who you think I am. Like, I'm just a peasant. I can't give you what you want. And he's like, no, I love you, Danielle. And he says her real name.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Hot. Oh.
Well, and then he says, I'm sorry. She goes, no. The part where you said my name. Danielle. And then they kiss, and it's really nice. And then he says, nothing would make me happier than for you, Danielle, blah, 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 blah. What's it? Le Barbarac. It is. Danielle de Barbarac to be my wife with the shoe that she left at the ball. Cinderella, if you remember. Oh. Yep. With the shoe. Would you be my wife? Ooh, actually, I don't know if you're wearing underwear at.
I sure am. There's enough tulle to cover it. Fits like a glove.
Like a glove. There it is. Yep. So then we seem to fast forward a little bit as well.
Yes.
It's also unclear how much time has passed at this point. But we're at the estate with stepmother and stepdaughters. And Royal Horseman comes and he says, the king requests the presence of you three. Come in style. Come now. So they arrive at court.
Thinking, this is our time to shine.
This is it. Like, Marguerite, bitch, you
Have done it.
You've done it. You will
did
be
it, queen.
the princess. And they show up, and the king is pissed. And he goes, did you lie to my wife?
Oh.
Because at one point in there, too,
Well,
when
yeah.
she
when
figured
they're-
out.
Yeah, and then when they're trying to, like, get to have Marguerite be queen, they meet with, like, the prince's mom and stuff and tell her a whole bunch of lies. And then, obviously, now the wife and or the king and queen figure out the truth because Danielle and him are married, and she told them the truth and told them how horrible that she was.
Right. Exactly. So she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I've only ever told you the truth, or any lie that I ever told was only to help you. And King goes, okay, I'll spare your life if anyone here can speak up for you. Nobody at court. There's probably dozens.
There are dozens.
There are dozens of noble people. No one speaks up for them. There seems to be a lot of people out of town. And then you hear... Oh, you don't remember. Okay.
No, I don't remember.
okay,
I mean, I come in and...
I'll speak for them.
speak for her. Yeah, that's how I'll speak for them.
And it's
The queen.
princess.
The princess.
It's Danielle. And the prince, who's standing behind his parents, standing behind mommy and daddy, says...
I'm the prince.
Do you remember what he says or no?
No.
Okay. So he says, oh, have you met my wife? It's so cunty.
So cunty.
No, he even says, oh, and Marguerite.
Yeah.
Have you met my wife?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And Danielle, the class act that she is, goes up to stepmom, and everyone's kneeling for her. And even stepmom has to kneel for her,
Yep.
which is like the most satisfying thing
So
ever.
good.
For this bitch to have to get on her knees for the girl that she abused for all those years.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Love it.
And Danielle goes, I don't want you to kill them. I want you to show them the exact kindness that they showed me.
So good. So good. And then I also loved when she looked her... when she looked her stepmom right in the eye and said, I will not think of you a single time after this, but you will think of me every single day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Danielle does have some great one-liners. Danielle. I mean Danielle. She's got a lot of singers.
So then next, you see their punishment, which is they have to go work in the laundry rooms. And they're going to be servants the rest of their lives. So it's very, very satisfying.
Yes.
Then we see,
What comes next? Oh, yeah.
they're all having like a dinner party, right? Or something. I don't know. It's all of our friends.
Yeah, a celebration of sorts.
Yeah, and Leonardo DaVinci goes, Danielle, I have a painting for you. He unveils it. It's a beautiful painting of her. And she goes, oh, Leonardo. That's
it.
That's my best Drew Barrymore as Danielle. So then it fast forwards all the way to after the French Revolution. And we're back at the Brothers Grimm with the old lady.
Yeah, for sure.
And she goes, that was my great-great-grandmother.
Wow.
And now you boys can set the story straight. And that's Ever After.
Ever after.
Yay!
Yay! This paper crown is not, real crown. It's not working so well. I mean, yeah, geez.
Okay, so did
it's
you
a
like
movie.
it?
I did like it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing some hesitation there.
I don't know that it's hesitation. Like, it's not like my favorite movie ever. I don't really know that I have a favorite movie ever now that I'm thinking about it. But it's not gonna be this one. But overall, no, I'm just saying, like, overall, overall, I really did enjoy it. It was very cute. There was a lot of, like, really great lines in it that I love. Especially with, like, also, one thing that you didn't mention while you were running through the plot, was I loved the banter between Danielle and the prince, especially for it being more of, like, a kids-ish movie. Like, I loved that. Like, that's what a lot of romance authors, like, try to do.
And they can't.
And they can't. But I loved it. There was, yeah. So that part I really did enjoy. I watched it with Austin, Snack Media Productions.
Snacked, what are your thoughts?
I thought the first half was pretty slow
Yeah.
moving, getting going, but I enjoyed the second half.
Okay. Yeah, so, like, it was also fun to watch with him, to get his, like, input in the things he was pointing out in a movie that he definitely wouldn't normally watch. Pick on his own, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really liked it. The hesitation is, just because it's like, yeah, it was good. I can't say I love every movie.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
And, like, I can't even think of a movie where I'm like, oh my god, wow.
Wicked.
That's a musical.
Oh, it's totally different. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously like a movie, but, like, those, I think musicals are, like, more entertaining for me.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think, honestly, if I didn't grow up watching this movie, I mean, I think I'd still really like it, but it wouldn't be, like, I also have the nostalgia with it. So, yeah. Obviously, I love this movie, as you know. But it's got layers to it for me. Because Cinderella is my favorite princess.
Oh.
And my favorite, like, fairy tale story. So, my dad and I used to read Grimm's fairy tales together.
Aww.
Yeah. And they're actually, the real stories are really,
Grim?
very. They're very violent. But I always liked Cinderella. Because that one's not as violent until they actually cut off the feet of the stepsisters. Because they're trying to fit their feet into the shoe. And
deserved.
Birds peck their eyes out. Loved that. So I love kind of watching and critiquing all of the different iterations of Cinderella. But I love this one because Danielle is not passive. Like, she's very much a feminist queen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she does not need a man by any means. As you see at the end when she just rescues herself.
Yep.
She's like, but I love this guy. It's like, I can marry you.
I'll keep him around.
Yeah. So I always loved that aspect of it and how she's just kind of a badass, but it's not like in an annoying way.
Yeah.
You know? So always loved that. The costumes are ridiculous.
So good.
They're incredible. Every single one, not even just this. Like, there's so many looks.
Yeah.
That I think you don't, like, initially realize, and then you're like, wow, they're wearing something different, like, every scene, which I'm pretty sure would not be the case in the Renaissance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too, because, like, they're elaborate dresses. Like, what you're wearing now is, like, one, lots of fabric, two, lots of detail. So to have that many that you're wearing is...
Yeah. It's a lot. The bulge?
I thought you were pointing to the little girl.
No.
Easily mistaken.
No, this is our second featured bulge on A Bit Niche.
Yeah. No,
That should be a new
I
segment.
do really, really, really want to talk about the bulge.
Should we make this a segment? Should we have a bulge song?
Bulge! Bulge! Yeah.
We're gonna have Snack to mix that.
No, that was so good.
I think you need to work your magic and just, like, mix that into, like, a beat. Here, how about bulge, bulge,
No. Do you have the thing? Do it.
I gotta sort of set it up.
Oh. Bulge. Balls ahoy.
No, that was so good. No, that was so good.
Work your magic. Balls ahoy.
Yeah. So anyways, sticking with the whole wardrobe / bulge, I count that into costuming because it was a choice. There's no way if I noticed in my first time of watching this, insert the clip here. I did take a video of this man's bulge. Austin actually pointed it out. And here's the thing. I don't know, like, at first we were like, is he wearing like a cup or something in all of these? Like, why is it so dramatic? But then also there was that one that we took the video of. I don't know how graphic I can get on here, but like you saw tip. Like you see tip.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the bulge specifically.
No, I'll go to the video and I'll show you.
Because I remember the one specifically when they're playing tennis, because that one's like really out there. But it's more like, I should stop using hand gestures, but it's like more cupped and less like.
Yeah, like during tennis, during uses the wand.
It's less phallic.
It's less phallic. Oh no! Like you can see it.
Go back. No, that is.
Too many coaches to remember them all by name. Why do you ask?
I can almost see the mushroom on it.
You can almost see the mushroom on it.
Okay, that's maybe they forgot to like put a cup in that time.
Yeah,
Because there are other times where it's very tasteful.
yeah,
That was straight up. That was hanging dong. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes. Yeah.
That was bad. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess maybe they ran out of budget once they got to bulge.
Maybe. Just
be.
like the butthole, too. The butthole cup from Cats. They just ran out of the time and money.
They spent more. They spent more money to take the buttholes out.
than to fix this man's bulge. Yeah, we will not leave our costuming segment without a commentary on the outfits. I'll start. Laurel made my dress.
From scratch.
But actually, for real, she thrifted this like base piece, altered it to my size, and made the puffy little tulle sleeves.
She got there.
I was not thinking of the word. And made the tulle sleeves. And it fits me perfectly.
It doesn't. It very much doesn't.
Well, okay, yes, we had to cut a hole in it and lace the back up. But it's now a really cool addition to the back.
Exactly. You're very kind.
No, it was literally so good. Like, we are going to need to make a whole post on it.
Yeah, the detail. Like,
because, like,
behind the scenes with the costumers of A Bit Niche. Because,
costumer.
You sometimes don't.
With costuming? I sure didn't help with this.
Well, that's true, but sometimes you'll place an Amazon order, which is usually what I do too. This is I usually do not
make the costume.
Not at all.
Yeah, we
No,
didn't make
neither
the
of
cat
us
blown
do.
up suits.
Yeah, no. But we chose to record quicker than we edit usually, so we didn't have much time. I found this dress at Goodwill. It was a size 24, which is a lot larger than us. So I had to cut a lot out of this dress. And let me be clear, I am learning how to sew. This is maybe the third thing I've ever sewn. And I think I did a great job if I only had more time.
Right, that's the thing too. Literally, it was like a night.
I bought this last night. Yeah.
A night.
And I
you
worked
had.
a full day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then mine I had thrifted a while ago because we were like, we're going to have a use for that.
Well, like, look at the dress. It's gorgeous. And yeah.
It's very clearly handmade. It's
Right.
very well done.
But yeah, it's obvious we had to get it.
Yeah.
You had to purchase it.
I did have to fashion something in the middle here. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, it's literally perfect. And look at that. We've used it sooner than we even thought.
exactly. So anyways, you guys, no one really comments on our costumes.
Right.
We work really hard.
Like, just at least one comment. We're kind of literally begging for it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, this is getting sad. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Draw up the curtain. What's going on back there? Back there. Okay, so honestly, in our behind the scenes segment this year, this episode, there aren't that many cool facts about like the filming like we sometimes have.
Okay.
A lot of the behind the scenes research was comparing the movie to how historically accurate it is, which I can understand because it's a little bit more, you can tell they tried a little bit harder than like your typical Cinderella where there's fairy godmothers and pumpkins turning into stagecoaches and things like that.
Right. Or as Austin likes to call it,
I thought it was an onion.
an onion.
It's
Actually-
a pumpkin.
The onion is in Shrek.
Oh!
That's why you thought that.
That's why I thought
Big
that.
Shrek guy, big Shrek
I am
guy.
a big,
Famously
huge Shrek guy.
huge
Famously
Shrek
huge
guy.
Shrek guy.
Just wait for that
Tune
one, you
in.
guys. Wink, wink. So most of it was comparing it to whether it was historically accurate or not. So I found a few things on that. Danielle's portrait, the one that we saw just a little bit ago here, that Leonardo da Vinci paints in the film, it's actually modeled off of a real da Vinci painting called La Scapigliata.
That's pronounced correctly as well.
Yep. And the real Leonardo da Vinci did actually keep the Mona Lisa with him all the time until he died.
What?
Apparently,
Seems impractical.
yeah. I think that's maybe why it's so special. Also,
I don't
it's really
know.
small.
Very small.
Have
Have
you
you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me too.
Well traveled.
You know us. Yeah, so we went to the Louvre, and it's like, it's kind of weird. It's like all these people are lined up for this teeny tiny little portrait on the wall that I've seen a million times, and on the other wall is like the most beautiful painting from floor to ceiling. It's incredible.
But everyone's got to see the damn Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it's a weird concept in the room when you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
It just makes you think.
It does.
It makes
I'm
you
thinking.
really think.
You guys think the Mona Lisa is overrated?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if people got half as bricked up about other art as they do about the Mona Lisa, maybe the world would be a better place.
Yeah, maybe we wouldn't have a bunch of starving artists.
That's right. Without health insurance, too.
Exactly. Let's talk about it. No, not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. At one point, Queen Marie, which is Henry's mother, tells him to choose a wife wisely because divorce is only something they do in England. That's a little historical quip there. It's reference to Henry VIII, who famously caused a huge scandal when he divorced Catherine of Aragon to marry Anne Boleyn. Are you familiar with the musical Six?
I've heard, no, because I was going to say,
We broke her. I shouldn't ask her any questions.
I was going to say I know Anne Boleyn.
Okay.
6, you say?
There's a musical that they made about Henry VIII's
And his 6 wives. Never seen it, no.
Okay. You'd really like it.
Oh, good. Musical?
Yeah, the music's really fun. It's a really short musical, too.
Love that.
Yeah.
One quote on the whole like divorce thing and when the queen is saying this to him is I think his rebuttal is like so funny where he says, like marriage between two strangers never did anyone in this room any good. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because like the king and queen
That was tough.
hate each other.
Yeah.
Even though by the end they kind of seem like they're like vibing.
Even in the beginning, they have really good bands.
Yeah.
So I think that was just like a real dig. which is like it makes sense because he's playing such a like basically a teenager.
Yeah.
Or someone in their early 20s, but I think he was literally 30 something when he played this guy.
Looked like it.
Yeah, so it makes you think as well. More historical facts for you. In the film, Prince Henry marries Danielle, but in real life, Henry II of France was the second son of King Francis I. He married Catherine de' Medici of Italy, a noblewoman. They were both 14 years old
Oh, no.
and had 10 children.
Oh, no.
He also had 3 non-marital children, right? That's what we say.
Yeah?
The research I did says illegitimate children, but we don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
That's it's probably better than illegitimate.
Honestly, true.
Yeah, I'd rather be called a bastard.
Exactly.
So that's pretty crazy. He
Yeah.
had 14 kids? No,
Really?
he had 10 kids when he was 14. They were married when they were 14. Ended up having
had 10 kids.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
too much.
Yeah. It also is true that the King of France did invite Leonardo da Vinci
Leonardo DiCaprio.
to his French summer palace. And he, I think, gave him paintings and stuff, I would assume. I mean, why else would you invite Da Vinci?
Right.
Invent some stuff for you. Yeah. So overall, not very historically accurate. They're saying too the time periods of things don't make sense. Like, whatchamacallit, Leonardo went to go visit the king actually before Utopia was published. So the timeline just doesn't line
Yeah, but
up.
like literally, who cares?
Apparently a lot of people.
Like honestly, honest to God, you're spending your time and you're trying to figure all that. Like literally, who cares? Okay.
look, it was,
I know we now have a podcast where we're talking about movies, but like honestly,
no, I mean, that's pretty deep.
relax.
I'm just telling you, when I looked up facts about this movie,
Oh,
it
I'm
goes-
sure people went even harder.
That's what it is. Like, that's what all the facts are. The only thing I could find about, like, the cast and crew really was that this is Drew's favorite film she's done.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's some pretty niche facts about
Very, very niche.
16th century France.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Drew, it is her favorite film she's done on her show, The Drew Barrymore Show, I think
I
is
think
what
that's
it's called.
yeah.
Is that right? That would make sense.
Yeah,
That's her
it
name.
really would.
I think it was this past year she brought back Melanie Linsky, who plays Jacqueline. And then the woman who plays Marguerite, and I don't remember her name. But she brought them on her show, and they all, like, wore their costumes.
Oh, that's
and
so
they
fun.
talked about it, and, yeah, it's really cute. So that's fun. At the time, the critics, they liked it. I was reading some of these, and I was like, God, I hate film critics.
Literally.
I mean, listen to this sentence. Ever After is a sweet, frothy twist on the ancient fable, led by a solid turn from star Barrymore. Like, just talk like a human.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to do all that. You think you're so cool because you've seen a
Honestly.
movie. Guess what? We watched this movie.
Exactly.
Have I said frothy once?
No.
I've said it twice now.
You sure have. Let me say it once. Frothy.
Frothy.
You said it 3 times now. Frothy.
Frothy.
No, frothy.
Frothy.
Man!
Okay, I get it. I guess I'm going to incorporate it into my language now. Overall, it's still very well received. It's actually especially now because there's like the whole nostalgia aspect to it. A lot of people are like, this still holds up. And it's actually been made into a musical.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if it's still running. I think maybe like a few years ago it
Yeah.
had like one season maybe on Broadway or off Broadway.
Yeah.
But people liked it, I guess. Not enough for it to keep going.
But enough for it to get a chance.
Yeah. So that's Ever After.
That is Ever After. And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah. I had a good time doing this one.
I did too.
It's fun. It's
It's fun.
It's fun. I think it's a sweet movie.
Oh, absolutely.
I love Drew Barrymore.
I do too.
Another hesitant one.
Well,
50 First Dates.
yeah, I love that movie, actually. I know I just said that I don't really love any movies, but I do really like that one.
Have you seen Never Been Kissed?
Never Been Kissed? No.
Okay, that's a good one too. With she's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, her, sometimes, like, I just think she's funny now, like, on her talk show, like, how, I don't know,
She, like,
emotional.
jumps on top of people.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, like, we would probably do that.
Oh, jump on top of everyone, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Woo!
And cry with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I see another person cry, I will cry. I mean, I cried, I think I counted it. Let's see.
What's the cry count?
I cried 3 times, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The third time when you saw the bulge.
No. I think, okay, the first time was when her father died. Second time was when she brought back the, I call them the grandpa, just the other, like, servant guy. I cried when he came back and all the women were screaming. It was so cute. And then, what was my last cry? Oh, when they burned the book. I can't say it. I can't talk about it any more than that. They, like, didn't even, whatever.
Yeah, that was Marguerite. Was it? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, Marguerite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Marguerite burns her Utopia book, which was the last gift
thing
that she got from her father before
Yeah.
he abruptly passed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cry count for this episode for me was 1.
Okay.
Or for this movie. This
Yes.
time was 1, which was at the end when he proposes.
Yeah, I didn't cry at that part.
I cried this time after, like, he says her name a couple times, and then she's so happy because he's accepting her for who she truly is, and that got to me, because I think when I was younger, I didn't struggle with that. I had different mental health problems.
Yeah.
And this one caught me on a night.
Caught me on a night.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be our next sticker.
Got me on
Me
a
on a
night.
night.
The thing that, like, also got me, it wasn't a full cry, but when it was after she's, like, swimming in the water, which I do think we should probably get in water at some point with these dresses.
Obviously, yeah. How long do you think we could tread water in these?
Negative.
All right,
time.
We're gonna go down to the public pool.
Yes. We've seen people in mermaid tails at the public pool. We can show up in gowns.
Yeah, I mean, that's more dangerous than this.
Absolutely.
Your legs are bound.
Yes.
These are just heavy.
This got 2 slits. Did you make these?
No.
Oh, came with it. Nice.
True to size.
True to size. Anyways. But the thing that really got me, again, we've kind of talked about, like, her, like, you know, she saves herself, all that jazz, and how she has so many, like, good one-liners of, like, fighting for the little guys, fighting for the servants, all of that, and, like, pushing back on the prince and the nobility and all that. But I love when gets out of the water and whatever, they're doing their little banter back and forth, and he asks her, like, how do you live each day with so much passion? Isn't it exhausting? Me. Yeah. And she says, well, only when I'm around you. Why do you irritate me so? And he says, why do you always rise to the occasion? I literally was like, because one, the bants are so good. But then also, I just, like, that's the part that got me. I was just like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it is sometimes exhausting to be on at all times.
Yeah, you really are.
You are too.
No, but you're more than me. You exhaust me. Not like...
You fucking bitch.
I don't mean it like that.
I'm kidding. I
Like,
know you don't.
No, because, yeah. Alright, slow down. Not like that, but, like, I even have to tell you to slow down.
You do, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you listen.
Mm-hmm. No. I've set boundaries this spring. So, claps for me.
Where?
Claps for me.
All right.
No one's fucking clapping.
Because I know you're full of shit.
Oh my God. We'll talk after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, another quip that I love too is at some point it's just the two of them, and she's like, "It's not fair. You've found my weakness and I haven't found yours." And he just looks at her and goes, "Isn't it obvious?"
Yeah.
Oh, dirty boy.
I know. So good. So good.
So good. So I think that also means, as we mentioned before, Henry is our bulge of the week.
Oh, it's quite an obvious one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He takes that crown, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, he does. So fan of the week is again Monica.
Yeah, I was
picking
gonna.
this one.
I was gonna say like we can't. There
Should just be her.
every week. I think that actually would be an incredible idea. Until some of you start proving yourselves to us.
No one will be as good as her.
No. So thank you again, Monica,
Thank
for
you,
picking
Monica.
the movie, for listening, supporting, all of the above.
Mm-hmm. We had a wonderful time talking about and watching Ever
Ever
After.
After.
Another thing too, actually this is some housekeeping. We forgot to mention, mostly because Abby made it and didn't tell me.
Well, here's the story. At the start of this whole adventure of podcasting, I found out for the first time what a thing called Letterboxd was. A lot of people knew about it already. We're not surprised I didn't.
She's not a movie girl.
Right. So I said, "Oh, this would be really cool because you can get like a letterbox wrapped, and like how fun would that be to share with our folks, our fans?" So I made it, yeah, and then I didn't actually share with her that I made it.
And you haven't been updating it. But you've been doing a lot of other stuff, so.
It's not updated for like the last 4 episodes.
That's okay, I just updated it today. So now I have control
Beautiful.
over the letterbox.
Yeah, so that's probably
Abby's
a good
got
thing.
everything else, so I think we're about even.
No.
And so please follow us on our Letterboxd. That's same as everything else, at A Bit Niche Pod, because we're updating those now every time we watch a movie or anything else, and we'll be leaving some reviews. So please follow us, and we're real film buffs now.
Yeah, exactly. Follow us everywhere else too.
Yes.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. That's it.
Is that all we're on? What else is there?
X.
I guess we could get a Threads
Yeah.
or Blue Sky.
What the
That's
What is
something.
that?
I've heard it said a couple times.
I've never heard of that before. We won't be on that. Tumblr. We should make a Tumblr.
Were
Can
you
we
a
Tumblr kid?
Like not. I was like a secret Tumblr person.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
only
if I had to
figured it
guess, yeah, that would be my guess.
That I would be a secret Tumblr person.
That you weren't big on Tumblr.
I didn't even know it existed until I got to college.
Oh.
Yeah. No one around me did it.
Did Tumblr.
No one did Tumblr.
No one did it.
So then when I got mine, it was all moody.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Ooh.
I don't know another form of tumbling.
Right. But like I'm sure, I don't know, if you did it earlier than like college, was it a little, I don't know, more innocent, or was it still
Worse.
Okay, no, I believe that actually now that I think about it. So mine was still definitely tame.
Okay.
But yeah, we should definitely bring back Tumblr if it still exists.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, cool. All right. So then catch us on Tumblr in a couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
That's great.
What do you want from me?
Let's talk about That's Crazy.
You want me to be happy.
Should we
you
stop
want me to
saying it?
smile more. You want me to
'Cause I'm too
messy, and then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job, and then you asked me where I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? Yeah.
Signing off. Oh, and that's the end of our story for today. Thank you again for listening, and a very special thank you to Monica once again. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure you ring that notification bell, ring that bell, leave us a review, and tell your friends about us.
And again, I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby.
And this
has
has
been
been
A Bit Niche.
It's a bit niche.
We locked in.
Well, last time we threatened people by name.
Yeah.
We're exposing people's criminal records. Oh. So are we good or?